To come to an end of this year's Open Science Conference, please allow me and give me a few minutes to share with you my impressions. First, we had 118 registrations on site from 19 different countries. We had 117 registrations online from 22 countries. So in total, we had 235 participants, maybe not all at the same time in the same session, but it just shows the great interest the community has relative to the topic of open science and artificial intelligence. I very much enjoyed the really impressive and inspiring keynote talks, and they show that artificial intelligence is almost everywhere. And this is also what was reflected in the different sessions. We have seen that the relationship between open science and artificial intelligence, which has been discussed from different perspectives. I have just taken three which I could follow. That was the relationship between artificial intelligence and open data. That is a very important topic. The capacity building in times of AI is also a huge topic. I'm noticing that in my own institution. How can we build up the capacities for our staff and infrastructure so they feel comfortable when using AI tools and methods? And the third session, which I very much enjoyed, was artificial intelligence and peer review. In my perception, AI and data was the topic which most often discussed, and that is of course a close relationship because, as we know, AI without any data would not work. We don't have solutions yet. We discussed the different perspectives as mentioned, and for many of the topics addressed during the conference, we cannot say this is the solution, that is the solution. I've also perceived a strong focus on generative AI. There are other AI methods which are also relevant for open science. For example, again, in my institution, we are applying machine learning methods for automatic subject indexing that is not related to LLMs. And in the keynote from Eric Schultes, it was highlighted that open science and fair data is essential for trusted AI. And now, just yesterday, the European Commission published its new AI in science strategy. And guess what? Exactly what was discussed here, that open data is important for trusted AI, is anchored in that strategy. I cite, at the center, we, that's the Commission, have RACE. That is the resource for AI science in Europe. RACE will work closely with the European Open Science Cloud to make high-quality AI-ready data available for AI science. And why is that so important? Because one gate to join the European Open Science Cloud is that your data is fair. And as we have learned in the keynote from Eric, fair data is key for trusted AI. With that strategy, the European Commission is paving the way towards a trusted AI in science adventure for the years to come. So it's not only that we here in a grassroots movement discuss the topics, it has also been addressed and recognized by the European Commission and now anchored in their strategy. I appreciated very much the intensive and many discussions I have seen in the different sessions, and I appreciated very much the highly interactive format, not like 20 minutes presentations, 3 questions, 20 minutes presentation, 3 questions. It was short impulse statements from the presenters and then a lively discussions with the audience. And that is a new concept which I very much appreciated. And also the separation between the different types of sessions, discussion session on the one side and solution sessions on the other side, proved to be very beneficial and show again how an open science conference could be organized. And of course, I was also on the second floor, the poster discussions, which allowed in-depth discussions bilaterally with the colleagues from the different institutions. So thank you very much. Thank you to the program committee, which has put together this program. And in the end, it was you who put together the program. It was not really the program committee. They provided the framework under which the program should happen. But all the sessions we have seen are like sessions you have suggested with your submissions for presentation. That is also part of the open science movement, that we let the community decide what should be presented. That is something between a unconference, I would say, and a highly structured conference where you have paper submissions to be reviewed, and then you give them 20 minutes for presentations plus 5 minutes for Q&A. I also would like to thank the authors, of course, those who have moderated the sessions, those who have provided their impulse statements and their contributions, and of course, to all of you who contributed to the lively discussions we could experience over the last 2 days. Finally, a great thanks go to the organizing committee. Doreen is just entering the room. She and her team are responsible for everything you have enjoyed here. I already expressed my gratitude to the program committee. Thank you very much. That's all voluntary work, and we should also applaud to them. And then a conference like this one would not work without a mastermind. And the mastermind of the Open Science Conference is sitting there. It's Guido Scherr. Guido, thanks all for the time you are investing in this conference to make it such a big success. Doreen, Guido, and I will have a meeting next week, I think on the 15th, to discuss how to continue next year or the year after next year. We will come up with our suggestions soon after, like today. I do not have now the solution for next year or the year after next year, but Open Science Conference will certainly continue. These 2 days have shown that there is great interest in the topic, great interest in the relationship of open science and other innovative technologies. Yeah, there is room enough, I think, for future conferences. Thank you very much for being here, for having spent the last 2 days with us, and I wish you all a safe trip back home. Thank you very much.